welcome back.
NicknLex here.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going? So tonight, it has been 6 months since we've reacted to Comfortably Numb from this concert, and today it's time for Sorrow, and I'm super excited.
Me too. Me too. That video got a lot of love, obviously, and I'm very excited to do more of this concert. A lot of you in the comments said that you were there. Please share your experience if you were. So many of you put it into such beautiful words that I would love to read you doing that again. If you're enjoying the video at any point in time, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe. It really helps us out more than it costs you to do it. So please do that for us. And yeah, let's see. We're big Floyd fans. I really don't know if I know this song, FYI.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do remember hearing it back in the I mean, I had the momentary lapse of reason.
Okay.
So I just don't really remember. I think it's an instrumental. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But remember that I found a backing track and I did like a solo, like an improvisation, and that was over that. Okay. Backing track, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're playing the Sorrow solo," and I was actually just improvising.
Okay.
Very David
on your own way.
David
Gilmour inspired.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, all right. Well, I'll let you guys know if I recognize the song, but the title itself, I really don't recognize, which is cool for me if this is going to be my first listen.
Right.
All right.
All right. I have the video pulled up. Here we go. And
excited.
Enjoy, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Go. Wow.
Richard Wright on the keyboards.
I can only imagine being there. Wow. He's a master. Look at that imagery. Wow.
Oh my God.
Ooh, hello.
I think this is from Division Bound.
Sounds very Division Bound.
smell of great sorrow lies over the land. Plumes of smoke rise, merge into the leaden sky. A man lies and dreams,
or momentary,
fields and rivers, but awakes to a morning with no reason for waking. He's haunted by the memory of a lost paradise. Is youth or a dream? He can't be precise. He's chained forever to a world that's departed. It's not enough, it's not enough. Given way in the night. His hand is weakened at the moment of truth. His step has faltered.
Wow. The Floyd Rose master. Literally. He's insane. So good in those bends. It's so awesome to see him at work, doing the things. Okay, so really quick, the C's here. When I mouthed something to you, I said momentary. Like I was like, maybe this is momentary lapse, and then we looked it up and it was.
Yeah, I was for a second. I was not sure if it was momentary lapse or reason, because it does sound a lot like.
It does sound very Division Bell,
sure. Because that was the style. I think it was only 4 years apart or something.
Yeah.
But just a correction. This is not a Floyd Rose. This is just a whammy bar. But maybe he has some locks. But every time I see like a Fender Stratocaster played like that, I want to get one.
I know.
I already have a Strat, but it's just one like this.
Yeah.
This is like $3,000. But I mean, the pickups on this, they look like the ones on Eric Clapton's. They're like closed off.
So good.
But yeah, I mean, it's amazing what you can do with feedback, just with like harmonics, pinch harmonics, and just by playing one note, the feedback, and then you use the whammy bar, and that's why there's like otherworldly music,
He knows his way around.
I'm so happy. I was just thinking throughout the song, and I love that there's so much instrumentation and music. I mean, there's a lot of lyrics too, but the solo is like amazing. I love that I started listening to Pink Floyd so early in my life, because that's why I can also understand what he does so well.
Yes, that's true.
Even though I didn't start to like actually learn the solos very late, but I already knew
the music.
Yeah. So I know his style. I knew his style, and I was a very bad bender. And when we met, I've seen some video of me playing when I used to try and play David Gilmour. I couldn't do it. I would just go like to the next note instead of bending or triple bend, And now I can thankfully do it. And I love his style, and I've seen some interviews where he talks about playing and about speed. And he's like, I can play fast, but because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't need it. And that's so amazing that David Gilmour doesn't need to play fast, because there's so much like, expression in his playing that it will almost be ruined by speed, And I can't imagine David Gilmour playing like other players play, like these fast runs and these fast like repetitions. It's all about the singing that he does with his guitar, the talking.
Exactly. I do feel like he's talking, and I love that he's also such a wonderful singer vocally, not only in his instrument as the guitar is concerned, but he has such a way. And I think that's also why I could tell that it was momentary, because just what he does with his voice and just the delay or the reverb or whatever it is that he uses with his voice just sounds so wow. It's
you
so
had
him.
You had that tape in your car, right?
Exactly. Thank you so much, because I wanted to mention that. The reason why I think I had heard this but not known the name of the song was exactly that reason, because the way I discovered this was I was at Goodwill looking at the tape section, because I was driving an 88 Oldsmobile at the time that had a tape deck in the car, and that was all I could play were tapes or listen to the radio. And I went to the tape section in Goodwill. This was probably 2011 or so, or 12 maybe. And I found this one. It said Pink Floyd, All the Beds. I had never heard this album by Pink Floyd, but I liked what I knew of Pink Floyd, which was very little. And I would play it on repeat, So that's why I think I knew the song, but not the name of the song, because it was just simply played.
That happened to me with The Wall, because every song is kind of like intertwined with the next one.
Sense.
So I never really knew. I remember also cassette, and it had all these names, and I was like, I don't know which song is which because they all bleed into each other. Yeah. So I never really knew that the happiest days of our lives was kind of like the beginning of another brick in the wall. Yeah. You know, it's like a whole trilogy of songs. Yeah. So it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And the whole track was so good. You know, I loved seeing the keyboards were doing amazing things from the get-go all throughout the song. I loved hearing all of the tension created by the keys.
The atmosphere.
Very amazing. Wonderful atmosphere. Obviously, the laser show helped a lot. It was great. It wasn't as intense, I think, as it was in Comfortably Numb, like the visuals, but also very good. The bass was wonderful. I think
great bass player. Yeah.
I think the bass player might be his daughter's partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere in the comments. Yeah, of our Comfortably Numb video, which if you haven't seen it, check it out. But yeah, the
almost
backing vocals.
Almost 250,000 views.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you so much, really guys, for watching that so much. It's one of our highest watched videos.
Yeah. Yeah, backing vocals were wonderful as well. Just everything.
The way they were working with David. I mean, he was like playing notes, and they're like, giving him like this bedding that he could like solo over. I mean, him and Richard were just, and I mean Nick Mason, just so beautiful to see these three remaining. It's just
members.
It's Pink Floyd is almost like, it's a style of its own. That's why I guess it's so different to compare them with prog bands like Yes or Genesis or stuff like that, because they have such a unique sound that you can definitely separate them, and their virtuosity is pulled back for more emotion and psychedelia, for more feel. It's music that you listen to, and I think there's a lot of Pink Floyd fans that are just Pink Floyd fans because they don't need all the craziness that occurs in prog rock, which we love, of course. But I know why, for example, my parents or your dad are Pink Floyd fans, because
but didn't make the crossover.
They didn't make the crossover into like Yes or Kansas or Genesis, because it was already that good that they didn't need to look further.
I can understand that. I can totally understand that. That's why it took us so long, and and we a whole YouTube channel to create.
We were part of that
knowledge.
Yeah, we were part of that kind of like group.
Yeah, totally. This was awesome, though. I love doing this. Please let us know what else we should check out from this Pulse performance. And please leave any knowledge or thoughts that you have in the comments. By the way, if you see the Pulse thing behind Nick, this is something he gave me when we started dating. And to this day, have yet to watch. So here we are now. So thank you guys so much for also joining us on this journey. If you like the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want more Pulse, or if you love music, or if you just like us, that would be cool. Thank you guys very, very much, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.